So just a few minutes ago we pulled into Grand Canyon National Park and the sun is setting, and so we've pulled up to what I believe is called Lipa Point, and we're gonna watch the sunset here and catch the views, but we're getting our first views of Grand Canyon and how grand it really is, and wow. Yeah, I've been to Horseshoe Bend. Horseshoe Bend doesn't do this justice. This is my first time at Grand Canyon and I am blown away. You gotta check this out. Here we are, all checked in at Yavapai Lodge. 2 queen beds for 2 single dudes as they get ready to go head out and climb, actually descend really, into Grand Canyon before we stay the night at Bright Angel Campground. Not bad accommodations for, what did we pay for this, Blake? 200 bucks?
Yep.
In here you do get the big screen TV and you do get a refrigerator, so if you've got food you want to keep cold overnight before you hit the trail in the morning, as we do, you've got somewhere to do that. Okay, well, it's really early. We got up at 4 a.m. this morning and caught the taxi since the buses were not running today. And so far, I'm doing everything I can to keep up with this 6-foot guy in front of me.
550.
Okay, so we're expecting sunrise here in about 35 to 40 minutes. And we're trying to make it to Skeleton Point if we can, or thereabouts, to watch sunrise. Honestly, right now, the Grand Canyon is just a big shadow. Can't see a lot, but
Just know it's 5,000 feet down there.
I'm kind of okay with that. I have a fear of heights that I'm okay not seeing where I'm going right now and knowing how steep this is, because I hear it's pretty steep. But right now I can't see that.
Unzipping layer 1.
Oh, dude, he's overheating already. So, temperature when we started this morning, when we first came out to the truck, was 31 degrees. So we're definitely prepared and dressed for cold temperatures.
It's already getting warmer.
And as we've already only descended a half mile, temperatures are already increasing. And you always have to account for that extra 10 degrees that your body's naturally going to warm up. So trail conditions, pretty muddy at the top, not so much right here, just packed down. There's been a lot of moisture that's come through the Grand Canyon over the last couple of days between rain and snowstorms. So there are puddles, but I actually prefer a packed down trail that's been packed down from the water as opposed to the dry, dusty. If you have to choose, I'll take the packed down trail. So that's our current report this morning. Again, March 20th, 2024. I don't know if you can see anything other than, yeah, you can see the horizon, but we just watched the sunrise from Skeleton Point, or from where we believe to have been Skeleton Point. And we got passed by the mule train this morning. They're flying because we were moving and that mule train went by us like we were standing still. We stopped at Skeleton Point, watched the sunrise. We both had to shed a lot of layers because again, this morning when we started, it was 31 degrees, and I don't know what the current temperature is, but it was 45 last time we looked, and it feels like 55, and we know we're headed into 75, maybe as high as 80. Oh, I just flipped mud all over the back of my leg. I felt that. Anyway, it is absolutely beautiful. This is as utterly worldly as you can probably get, and still be on the planet we call Earth. And in Arizona. And in Arizona, of all places. Like this place is unreal. And here's what's disappointing. I am 45 years old, and this is my first time to the Grand Canyon. So this is a message to all you dads out there. Take your kids to the Grand Canyon. Take your kids. This is something I should have experienced as a kid growing up, and it's not like it's an expensive trip. What's this going to cost us, Blake? $200 each?
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
$250.
yeah, like, why didn't I ever get brought to the Grand Canyon as a child? Why didn't I ever come here as a teenager? And why as a single young adult did I never come? This place is, maybe I no appreciation. I don't know. Anyway, for you dads, get your kids in the car and bring them to the Grand Canyon. Your kids need to experience this with their fathers. This isn't something you just need to experience as an individual. This is something you experience with your kids so they can gain some appreciation and learn how to work too. Blake was just telling me we've descended already over 1,000. Oh, 1,700 feet. So almost 2,000 feet. And we're probably coming up on 2.5 miles, somewhere thereabouts.
2.16.
2.16, he says. I'm glad I got my statistician behind me. Anyway, there's Blake. So, this is amazing. I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Oh, wow.
Holy shizbits. Dude, remember, there's a... Oh, my knee, I'm actually a little weak in my knees right here. Wow. I just have to look, if I look down there through my little 1-inch screen, it doesn't have the same effect when I look up with my eyes. All right, we are really close. We are entering the cave just before the suspension bridge, and then we're basically there. So, here we go. Oh wow, dude, so much work and effort and all this.
Good morning. Have a good one.
And here we are on the suspension bridge. Wow. Any final words before you dive in?
How deep is it?
Deep enough. Blake just said this looks like Nesquik. So this has actually gone a lot faster than we thought it was. And the only thing that we really would have done differently is we felt like, even though it was really cold this morning, I mean, it was 31 degrees when we started. We both agreed that we would have rather have been cold for the first mile, and really maybe only the first half mile, rather than have to shed all the layers that we had on, which, okay, we had some layers on to kind of shield us from the 31 degree temperatures, but we both went, I'd rather just been cold and not have to stop and shed those layers and repack them. But what a spectacular morning. The sunrise, everything. This whole experience today has been just phenomenal, just amazing. Well, we can see Phantom Ranch ahead of us. We're just about there. And no one, well, no, we did let that one guy pass us out when we stopped. So, okay, we can't say no one. We did stop to watch the sunrise, and a single hiker, a day hiker, passed us on the way down. So unless there are backpackers that are staying multiple nights here at Bright Angel Campground, we should have our pick of the litter when it comes to campsites. And we've both kind of done some research, watched some videos, and kind of have an idea of what we're looking for. Picking one of the smaller, obviously, there's only two of us.
We're 600 feet lower, 700 feet lower than Lake Powell. Lake Powell's 31.
We got to get there before these two guys. There's only 2 lemonades left. Hurry, run. Hurry, we just gotta beat them to the lemonade stand.
Right? It is only 9 o'clock in the morning.
This is kind of what we're looking at right now, and this is why I'm looking at it. When you come into 23, look past your picnic table. Who do you see? You see no one. Let me just pan this whole thing. Okay, coming across, you don't see another campsite at all. Yes, there's a trail right there. Coming over to the other side, what do you see? No one. So this is the most secluded campsite. So for you that snore as loud as me, you know, this is the place to be. I actually don't snore at all. Blake did point out though, it is kind of rocky. But there's enough space. If we, even where the picnic table is actually a really good spot to put a tent because there's no rocks over there. Anyway, well, there's your Bright Angel Campground and campsite review. Blake and I have made it to Phantom Ranch, and that's right, we got the lemonades. So now we're heading up to Ribbon Falls, and we'll see how that goes. We got, I think Blake said, about 6 miles to Ribbon Falls, and then 6 miles back. So onward, here we go.
Let's do it.
We left Phantom Ranch after grabbing lemonades, headed up the North Kaibab Trail, a mile and a half in, gained about 200 feet of elevation, and we are entering what is otherwise known as the box. And while it's not recommended you be in the box during this time of the day,
that is more applicable to this time of the day at the wrong time of the year. And we're in the box in March, and the thermostat that I'm wearing currently says it's 67 degrees. But as Blake pointed out, we came from Salt Lake City in March, where the highs actually this week are really nice, but that's not the point. The point is it feels like it's 80 degrees in here because you are in this slot and the heat reflects off of the walls, and it's definitely warm in here, but there's nothing about this canyon right now that says we're in danger of dying. In fact, there's water in this canyon, which begs the question, how do you die or become dehydrated in a canyon full of water? Unless you came into the canyon ill-prepared, no water filter. And that would be the only reason I can think of. We have our water filter. So should we run out of water, that right there will replenish any water we need. And it is freaking awesome in here. Yeah, I saw that hanging out over there, but look at that. A slot of grandeur nature off of what we're hiking up. This is crazy. So cool. Well, we passed a couple people from the UK, and they made it all the way to the North Rim. So Blake and I are gonna go as far as we go. We're fine if we don't make it to the top of the North Rim, but right now we're just going. We've got plenty of food, plenty of water. We're prepared to hike at night if it so be it. And we're just excited and having a great time, so.
The one and the only Ribbon Falls of the Grand Canyon. Wow. Right? This is the path that leads to the pathway behind Ribbon Falls. Can you believe that? This is so cool. Don't miss this on your trip to Grand Canyon. No freaking way, this is real. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This came recommended from you Facebook folks. So, here we go. Justin's peanut butter, honey stinger. See how it goes? Never done this before. But we're both gonna do it. What have I got here? I've got cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Ooh. So I have a.
You have salted
vanilla.
caramel. Oh, you have
salted caramel.
vanilla.
I'm gonna do vanilla and this. Ooh, this is 210 calories.
That'll hit the spot. Mine's all cracked, but that's okay.
kind of it's 3 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
By the time we get back, it'll be like ready time to pound some dinner.
Yeah. But we're also gonna burn
The legs are sore. Little tender, little tender. So in order to get to Ribbon Falls, we found a creek that we've got to cross to get there. And we're now on our way back, and Blake is navigating his way across the creek with our baby feet that have gone, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 miles today, and the feet are feeling tender, but we're getting there.
I stay here for a minute.
All right, so right now we are headed down the North Kaibab Trail. We just did Ribbon Falls, and that was freaking cool. Was it worth going? 100%. Would I do it again? 100%. So, take it with a grain of salt, because this trail, the North Kaibab Trail and the South Kaibab Trail, the amount of work that's been done and that is probably done daily to maintain those trails is mind-blowing. Because the trail I'm on right now, actually, this is so smooth. I can sit here and talk to the camera, and I'm not even worried about stubbing my toe because there's not a rock in the trail. So to go from this that's maintained like pristinely to going to bushwhacking and trying to like navigate, well, do we go that way? Do we go that way? I don't know. There's cairns that way, but the trail looks like it goes that way. And it looks like there's a designated trail going that way, but it was kind of confusing, but totally worth it. We got a storm coming in up above the canyon right now. I don't know if you heard while I was talking, but that was definitely thunder, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. So we're getting some thunder rumbling. We've had some raindrops.
Cool down.
Yeah, temperatures are cooled way down. In fact, right now, well, it's still 70 on my thermostat.
There's a cool breeze though.
So I'm wearing a thermostat on my
Dude, that canyon's cool right there.
pack vest.
Right.
Yeah, that is way cool. Let me show you this. Oh. Check this out. So there's the north end, and if you can see it, you probably can't, but clear over to here on the left. Let me see if I can get my finger in here. Whoa. Right over there. There's snow on that one. And then you've got these over here that just look spectacular. So cool. Anyway, the goal right now is to get back to Phantom Ranch before 6 p.m. The sun is supposed to set or begin setting at 6:30, and we're hoping to watch the sunset. I don't even know what kind of sunset we'll get to see tonight, but we got to see the sunset last night, so that was cool. Went out to Lipa Point. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. And that was spectacular, but we'd like to see the sunset again tonight. You saw the sunrise in the video earlier today, and that was spectacular. But these cooler temperatures are making it really great right now because it's overcast. Like I said, a storm coming in, and it's gonna make it great as we go through the box to not have to deal with warmer temperatures. But we have plenty of hydration, and we're feeling good. There's some soreness. We're not in our 20s anymore, even though Blake back there would argue that we are in our 20s, but we're not. We're both over 40, and
Again, we descended the South Kaibab Trail this morning. We got up at 4 a.m. and we made our way over to parking lot D at the what's it called? The Backcountry Information Center. And from there we grabbed a taxi because the buses aren't running that early at this time of the year. And we took a taxi to the South Kaibab Trailhead. And we began the descent in the dark. Quite the experience. We missed a lot that we otherwise would have seen had it been light, but we'll get to see all that on the way out tomorrow as we crawl on our hands and knees out of here, probably. I don't know how sore we're gonna be, but I imagine after this long day, Blake mentioned, I'm gonna PR the whole day. Most miles done in one day, most elevation gain in one day, most elevation lost in one day.
Lots of records.
Yeah, it's a day for the record books. And this is just the beginning of the adventures that we're going to be doing here this year. So glad you're along for the ride. Hope you find some of this useful and helpful as you plan your trip to the Grand Canyon, wherever you might be coming from. In fact, might be worth mentioning, we've met people, a couple groups, 3 different groups from the UK.
Yeah.
Canada. From Canada, New York, Texas, California, Boise, Idaho, Seattle, Washington. That about sums it up, doesn't it? I can't remember any of the others, but all right, so we made it back to Bright Angel Campground, and on the way down, I don't know if we got any video of this, but we got hit by a thunderstorm. Oh yeah, we talked about the thunder. So we got hit by a thunderstorm. It was a pretty short mini burst of a rainstorm, and all we really needed to do was wait about 10 minutes and it would have been gone. But we were kind of anxious to get back, and we just kept walking in it for about 30 minutes because, you know, who doesn't want to walk in a rainstorm for 30 minutes instead of waiting 10 to let it just get ahead of you? Anyway, tonight's dinner is brought to you by Peak Refuel. So, Peak Refuel, chicken Alfredo. That'll make a squirrel happy, that piece I just dropped later. We're both having Peak Refuel for dinner. Blake's having beef stroganoff, and I've got chicken Alfredo, and then we're gonna have some dessert here. We got a berry cobbler and a peach cobbler we're about to dive into after we cook those up. We're probably, what, you think we even have 30 minutes before it's dark?
Sunset happened 7 minutes ago. And you can't tell from down here, but
Yeah, it's going to be
there's
getting
some
dark
pink
soon.
clouds up there.
It's going to be getting dark soon. So, and once it gets dark, you can't have a campfire out here. So,
Might go to bed.
probably go to bed. Amen. We need some recovery before we hike
Not like
our butts out of here tomorrow.
couldn't sleep.
But honestly, dessert sounds really good. But man, this dinner's, wow, this is really good. This is the first, no, we had a sandwich at lunch. Sandwiches weren't
Yeah, but
bad.
that was at 10.
We had a sandwich at 10. That was our lunch because we got up at 4 a.m.
So we went from 10
That
to
was
6.
hot. Holy
We
crap.
went from 10 to 6 without an actual meal.
Yeah. You're ready to cook up some cobbler. All right, well, we'll see how the cobbler tastes. What a day it's been. It's been crazy. It's been absolutely amazing, and I can't believe it. I can't believe this is my first time to the Grand Canyon, into the Grand Canyon. It's been spectacular. What a day. If you haven't done Bright Angel Campground or Phantom Ranch, man, you should do it. Right now it's 7:30 p.m. and sunset was at about 6:30. Started getting really dark to where we needed headlamps about 6:45. And the stars in the sky, the moon tonight is like dang near full moon. Let me see if I can show you the moon. Check that out. Can you see that? Like, unreal. Tired, really tired, sore, pretty sore. We ended up doing about 25 miles today with what we did. So kind of a long day, but we got a long haul to get out of here tomorrow, and it should be pretty exciting. Should be pretty fun. We'll see how the day goes. Hopefully it's another epic day like today. Freaking, this place is just amazing. I can't imagine what it might have been like to be among the first explorers that discovered the Grand Canyon, let alone those explorers that came into the Grand Canyon and then coming down, I don't know, coming down the Colorado, like, wow. Just imagine what that might have been like to be among the first explorers to discover the Grand Canyon. Something to think about. Anyway, see you guys in the morning. And this is our campsite number 23, and we are just about packed up and ready to hit the trail to head up the South Kaibab Trail to have our butts handed to us yet again and to get out of here. Not that we're in a hurry to get out of here. This has been quite the experience, but this is what our campsite looks like this morning.
Yeah, I got you going down here.
So here we are, headed out on the South Kaibab Trail. I don't even know what day it is, but the weather couldn't be better. It's beautiful. Great weather, amazing views. It's the perfect day.
This can't be right.
Yeah, I show we've gone a mile. I'm not on auto rotate anymore, so, and I'm down to one hand, so.
300 feet is what it says on the line.
We've gone way more than 300 feet.
Yeah, every step I take, it's another foot up.
Yeah. All right. Probably as good as time as any for an update. We've done 5.5 miles. I don't know what time we left camp, but it was 3 hours and 22 minutes ago. So our, excuse me, our pace is 2 miles per hour. I'm still feeling great. And Blake is, regardless of how he's feeling, because I don't care, he's doing awesome. No, I truly care, but he's killing it. So I'm thoroughly impressed with Blake's ability. Not just his physical ability, but the mental fortitude to maintain this pace and absolutely crush this trail. Thanks, bro. Good luck to you guys. The trail is actually quite busy today. And we're talking, what is today, Blake, a Thursday?
Yep.
So today is a Thursday and there's a lot of people out here.
Yeah.
All right. So we are still climbing up and up on the South Kaibab Trail because the Bright Angel Trail system is closed until mid-April. And so all traffic that's going down the canyon or out of the canyon to the South Rim is using the South Kaibab Trail in March of 2024. And yeah, I am breathing heavy, I know. But how you guys doing?
Hey, thanks, how are you?
Doing fantastic. Best day ever.
Best day ever!
So, don't let the fact that there's absolutely no water on the South Kaibab Trail deter you from coming out and doing it. We've extended our people that we've seen and talked to, and we haven't talked to everyone surely, but people from Germany, tons of people from the UK, a guy from Austria. I'm trying to remember what other European countries, but there's a ton of Europeans here right now, which tells you how grand. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. You make it all the way to Skeleton Point?
Yeah, I went past that actually.
Did you?
Yeah, not all the way to the bottom because I didn't have time, but yeah.
Nice job.
Have fun.
You too, man. Yeah, so it's just a good haul out of here. The views are amazing, and the trail's actually in way better condition today than it was just yesterday. We didn't get any video footage of the trail yesterday that illustrates how muddy it was yesterday, but it's so dry today in some areas that there's actually dust, and holy crap, we did not experience that yesterday.
So we've just coming up on Cedar Ridge Point here in just a minute. After Cedar Ridge Point, we've got Ooh Lookout, and after that, we're almost home. So 5.5 miles down. Two and a little bit left to go. So we'll check back in, maybe at Cedar Ridge or Ooh Point. Holy moly. Freaking Stairmaster 10,000 times. That's a step and a half. Oh. Here on the bend we go. And here comes Blake. We just passed Cedar Ridge Point and just past Ooh Point, so we're in the final stretch. We've got less than a mile to go, and everything that we're covering right now is territory that we did in the dark on the way down. And what's crazy about that is on the way down, this was icy and there was lots of water and mud, and all the mud is gone, the water's gone. Like, it's just crazy where all that water would have gone to. People are coming down the trail tandem, absolutely oblivious to anyone going uphill, like left and right and center, and it's really frustrating. So maybe a little piece of education for all the park goers. That uphill has the right of way, and you should yield and get off the trail or step aside. Like, what do people not get about that? I don't get it. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a shot at these views here, since we didn't get to get these in the dark. And oh, I see snow in front of us now. Yeah, so we're close. We're almost there. Let's get a shot up here. All right, I told Blake he's hauling us out of here. He's setting the tone, setting the pace. How's it going? Finally into the trees. Haven't seen trees since we left Bright Angel Campground. Currently at 6.8 miles or thereabouts. We've been traveling. This is not moving time, this is total time with stops for 4 hours and 30 minutes. That includes all of our stops. And we've stopped plenty. We're not in a race. We're not trying to set a PR, and we're certainly not training for an ultra marathon, so. Oh, dude. Yeah, you can't see that in the camera, but there's no way. Wow. Oh, big step. Big step for little legs.